Well, going back to your time as a nurse, which you've done for many years, just give us your view on what's happened with this change and the treatment and the diagnostics here.
Yeah, well, you're showing my age there, Danny, because when I was first qualified, you didn't really see people with HIV. You saw people with AIDS because you didn't really pick up the virus until people became unwell, very often really poorly, and people died of AIDS. And we had, hospices looking after people with AIDS. So it was a very, very different time. Now people are diagnosed with HIV. They can be put on medication, as Gillian said, and live happy, healthy lives, not with the fear of passing it on to anyone, can have children. It's just such a game changer compared to where we were, just 10, 15, 20 years ago.
There's one phrase in there which might confuse people a little bit. It's an opt-out system. Just explain that for us.
So people can opt out of having the blood test at A&E. So if you go along and they want to take a range of bloods, they will say to you, we will also do a HIV test. The vast majority of people are very happy with that, but you can opt out of it. But as Gillian says, we are detecting the virus in people who wouldn't ordinarily think that they were at risk. And across the country, in the pilot studies that we've done, we've between HIV and Hep B and C, we found about 2,000 cases that we wouldn't traditionally have picked up until people became unwell. And that's why the government's announced expanding that opt-out programme so that we can have it in more places across the country.
Yes, coming to the DGH and the Conquest as well. And so what would your message be for somebody who might say, having been asked that question, would choose to opt out for whatever reason it would be? What would you say to them about staying opted in?
The benefits are, one, to that individual, because if you have picked up the virus in the past, and it could have been many years ago when you picked it up and the virus is in your system, we could detect the viral load, then there is a treatment. It's, people don't die of HIV now. They live with it because we've got the treatment that can eradicate that viral load. But secondly, you will not be passing it on to anyone else. And that's also crucial. So for your family, and getting that message out, there's a benefit to the individual, but we can end the transmission of HIV because you will no longer be able to pass it on to anyone else.
Maria Caulfield, thanks for now. The MP for Lewes, a former nurse and Health Minister, Maria Caulfield, with us on BBC Radio Sussex at 8:26.